Ladies and gentlemen, I am Israel. The game is Graveyard Keeper. This is developed by Lazy Bear Games, currently published by TinyBuild. It is in its alpha at the moment. They are shooting for a 15th of August release on Steam, although if you are interested in the game, you can in fact buy it through its website, which I will put in the comments if you are interested after watching what I plan to be the first, let's say 30 to 40 minutes of gameplay and commentary. I may extend this series. It's one of those games that kind of got my attention, gave it a look, and, well, decided how to go. It describes itself as the most inaccurate cemetery management simulator ever, and it's a paradoxically rather accurate description. Options are pretty basic. It is top-down, so there is no need for a field of view slider. And the resolution, well, the menu claims it is fixed at 1920 by 1080, but DX Story swears blind it's putting out a 1440p video on this thing, so yeah, not quite sure what's going on there. Standard full screen or windowed modes, mouse cursor can go hardware, software, or just Windows default. Minimum specs for this are generous. It requires, I believe, a 1 GHz processor, and, well, yes, if you are running that kind of potato, yeah, money's probably better spent on an upgrade. Get a second potato, or possibly a lemon. I'm told they give better results. Let's just get straight into the gameplay. And before you're asking how did I get to the alpha, I bought in through the game's website. So yes, I violated the first rule of House Biscuit. I effectively pre-ordered. But let's just get on with it. I'm sure I can be forgiven a minor trespass. Possibly. Perhaps. Maybe I should book myself my own slot in this graveyard. And welcome to a weird parallel Earth, where there is 23-6 and clearly some very adroit lawyers. Also, Gary? Interesting. Especially when you know that someone will say, oh wow, how many death flags can you raise in a 10-second intro? Enough. Clearly enough. What happened? Where is everything? You got hit by a car and died. Yes, you've merely turned a page in your life. Unfortunately, that page was marked The End. Or is it? A whole new chapter awaits me ahead, courtesy of the mysterious red-eyed stranger. Can I go home? Unfortunately, home is currently a graveyard, so technically, yes, I can. Although your definition of home may vary. I am now a graveyard keeper. And, I need to be a good graveyard keeper or I do not get to see my love again. I should dig up Jerry. Yeah. And welcome to my little 2-room hovel. There is a bed, a chest. Sleeping, by the way, is quite an important mechanic in this game. You'll see why. I also get a cooking, fire and preparation table. And there's a cellar, but I can't go there just yet. Let's head straight out. And the outside of my hovel, you'll notice it's all a bit run down. There's a toilet, thankfully, although it appears to be non-functional in this build of the beta. As well as storage for resources. And, oh yes, an open grave at the back of the house. This isn't ominous at all. Oh, well, start digging. Yes, you are indeed a skull. Hopefully, you will be a skull named Jerry. Well, the crazy man with the red eye told me to dig you up. Yes. How did I find you? Well, the giant yellow arrow pointed the way. The man told me to answer my questions. Okay, where are we? I have no idea. And, excellent. At least I am recognised. What else do I remember? That sound. Now, this is something I need to tighten up in release because the sound you're about to hear is that bell. So, yeah. It's a bit odd for Jerry to be talking about the bell when he hasn't heard it yet. Also, kudos to the animators. How on earth was a skull going to get around other than by bouncing its jaw off the floor? And we have a donkey. Apparently I need to talk to the donkey. The donkey can in fact talk. let's face it, this is certainly unusual. Well, it's unusual where he comes from. Maybe not so much anywhere else. So apparently everyone else is a bit shocked as well. Let's talk. Yes, let's. Who are you? I'm cheap labour, so I have to work for a capitalist bastard who owns it. Apparently he is a socialist donkey. 5 carrots a day. Barely enough to keep hide and ears together. Da, Tovash. I understand where you're coming from, indeed. It's entirely possible that he doesn't, but I'm sure that won't save him from being first against the wall when the revolution comes. Get rid of this body and he'll bring me a new one. Hooray! So, I get to pick up a corpse and... oh, hello, Jerry. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Okay, one juicy corpse. Yeah, because I need to autopsy it. And, oh, I am going to puke. Well, keep it in. At least until you're in the morgue. Okay, feels like home. Yes, Mort. Sorry, Jerry. Mort. Jerry. Jerry. Definitely Jerry. Not Mort at all. Okay. Slice some flesh from the corpse. Yes, Way. And it's kind of your job now. Few localization issues. I'm not sure the studio's first language is English. Things like amnesia. Generally, it's pretty solid, though. Okay, I need to trade the meat in a village tavern for beer. Talking skulls never lie. But they do want beer. Okay, so I now have the option to build a preparation place, a pallet, and extract flesh. So, let's just drop the corpse on, start my autopsy, select flesh, and work away. You'll see this blue -1 in my suit. That's your energy bar. Now, we haven't quite got the whole UI here. There's a sling up here in the top left that we need to look at. Sling, thing, sling, ring, thing. Ding, ding, ding. Right, let's bury the corpse. And he'll wait you in the graveyard. Yeah, definitely whoever was doing this did not have English quite as their first language. It's just showing them things like the prepositions that aren't quite there. Graveyards seem better days, though. Alright. Okay, we have a body, we have a graveyard, now what? Let's bury it, that's what. So, use the blueprint desk at the graveyard, mark a site, dig it, and then put the body in, then fill the grave in. Warning, do not use goat skulls and upside down scars for decoration. That sounds like smart advice. Anyhow, park 1 grave site. There you go. Dig 1 grave. Again, you'll notice that this is costing energy, and this will turn into an important mechanic later on. We have 1 pit, and now we have 1 corpse in a pit. And now we just fill it in. Another thing, of course, is the digging animation is digging dirt out of the hole to fill it in. Aha, the bale certificate gives you money and alcohol. I'm getting that impression, Jerry. And, the bishop. Please tell me he is not the baby-eating Bishop of Bath and Wells, who drowns the child in the font and eats it in the vestry. And the skull will be in the morgue. Excellent, so I suppose I'd better go talk to the bishop. Why do I have to come here every week? The whims of an uncaring god? Your duty to your flock? Because the game script says you have to. Episcop. And yeah, nice touch, of course. Episcop, of course, being the Greek, I think, root word for bishop. Anyhow. Keeper, there you are. Now, do you require a fresh baby, my lord? And the graveyard is a mess. I had noticed. There is no way I'm promoting you until you fix it. So I need to repair graves, and I'll probably need special resources to do that. Okay, and I can now build a wooden gravestone. And I also need to get the graveyard quality up to 5. Aha! Ha ha! You mean it wasn't just because you were the second son and there wasn't anything to inherit? And I should check the trunk. In fact, he comes by here every... well, I'm assuming that's actually every Sunday. Maybe I'm not dreaming to eat something? Yes, what should I say? Why is it you come here? It's part of my duty. Yeah, he was definitely the second, possibly the third son. Normally, at least in British families, the first son inherited, the second son went into the military, and the third son ended up in the clergy. Usually. However, as soon as a body's been laid to rest, you can sell the burial certificate in the tavern. Excellent, that's worth knowing. And, right. Run out of repair kits and craft new. Right. Some of this is stuff we're not going to have for a while. However, I need red points, green points, and blue points. And interesting, I can also get stone, rock, and build a timber as well. So, the research tree, ladies and gentlemen, we now have the full UI. And in particular, I need to start thinking about repair kits. And I also need to start thinking about trying to get some better gravestones up, because doing stone graves is much nicer than a wooden grave fence. Wooden cross does work as well. But if you can get the really good stuff later on, well, that's going to be theology. So, simple gravestones to start with, not to mention the various bits of infrastructure that I'll need as well. All standard simulation stuff, really. Let's see what's in here. Aha, stone repair kits, wood repair kits, and my other tools. Excellent. Just check the inventory, make sure everything is armed up. Perfect. Alright, let's see, what can we do to fix this place up? Well, we can start by getting rid of some of these weeds. You notice that this blue bar is energy, it decreases. You need energy to do pretty much anything except moving and talking to people by way of interaction with the world. So, when you run out, that's it. Also, it doesn't regenerate passively. You need to either eat or sleep in order to regenerate energy. And since we're coming up on night cycle, it might be time to go home and go to bed. But first and foremost, let's finish fixing up some of this stuff. Right, so one gravestone there. Tootle that up. There we are. +3 there. We'll also fix this gravestone. Yoink. What about you? Yeah, I can fix that one. Just make sure I don't run myself out of energy in the process. And since I'm almost knackered, time to head back and get a nap. And conveniently, it's coming up on night time as well. The other thing I need to do, of course, is take a trip out to the tavern, but, well, it's night. And like all good and sensible people, what do you do at night but sleep? And actually, something else in this game that's a nice touch. If you sleep during the day, you generate less energy than you do sleeping at nights. This is also how you save your game as well, so you have a good incentive not to venture too far. Time wends its way past. The sleep of the just is complete, and yep, there we are. Nicely filled up just before dawn. Right, let's swing down to the tavern, trade in the various bits and pieces, and more to the point, get some money, and then see what I can go and spend it on. Witch Hill. Ah, it is closed until 1 to 3 days' time. Unfortunately, there is quite a lot of running backwards and forwards between the village and the tavern in the early stages. One thing about this economy in the early stage is that you don't really have your own infrastructure up and running to start with, so you're constantly making shopping trips. Of course, the money and the resources you need to build the graves and various other things is also what you need to get the bits to build your infrastructure. You want to be loved by me. Boop boop de boop. I'm assuming she's... well, I'm sure she's famous in this village. Right. Horadric, bartender. Welcome to the Dead Horse Tavern. How can you help me? Okay, well actually it was yesterday, but details. Ah, good, good, this is good. Wait, what is good? Hey, really? What about me? When am I planning on opening the church? As soon as I can get the graveyard fixed up. Okay, it's past 7. I noticed. So, how can you help me? Well, I would like to sell you a burial certificate. And the bishop was right. According to the ancient contract, I have to trade the burial certificate for money. Of course, only if he has money. Well, that's a problem. So, he's broke. That's awkward. But as soon as I open the church, pilgrims bring lots of shiny coins to the village. So, need to get the church open, which means fixing the graveyard, which means getting the bits and pieces I need. Also, I need to... right, meat is a delicacy. Again, just that little error in the English. I just need to see the royal meat stamp on it. Yes. All meat must be approved by royal authority, because no one wants to end up eating long pork again. And you don't need sure. Does the meat have a stamp? No, it doesn't. Where can you get authorised meat? I work in a graveyard. Where do you think? But without a stamp, his hands are tied. Specifically, they'll be tied behind him as he's attached to a stake and burned by the Inquisition. So, can I get the stamp? Or I can send a form through the mailbox, but it'll cost a bundle. Or, well... he's doing a good job looking shifty even with a couple of pixels. There's this guy called Snake, who might have a fake royal stamp. And no one's seen him for a while. Of course not. And, Miss Charm, eh? And, he has a quest, so can I take this letter to the local blacksmith Creswold? Where can I find him? The southeastern corner of the village. And, since it happens to be Women's Day, let's talk to Ms. Charm. Hi. What do you want? I am a graveyard keeper and I want to ask you some questions. 47? I'm mildly impressed with how she's speaking with a reverb, actually, but there you go. Come back when you have more faith in yourself. But... right. You can indeed, good sir. How may I get into Miss Charm's good books? Ms. Charm, my apologies. She basically told me to go away. Whoops. Always so classy. Yes, possibly because she's a stuck-up... yes, I probably shouldn't use language like that on a family channel, but I'm not just anyone. I'm the local graveyard keeper. Soon to be prior of the local church. Yes, he's a well-known poet in certain small circles. These circles, would they be one person across, Wagner? And then we'll... I don't know, but I think what you're imagining might be different to what she is imagining. However, he needs to write his poem first. And he's catastrophically out of paper and ink. Maybe I can get some. Well, where do I find them? I may have some in the church, or I can make it. Yes, of course. Or I could go to the lighthouse every moon day. So, where's the lighthouse? It's on a cliff to the east of the village. Hasn't seen active use for a while. But at least the Dead Horse Tavern is still open while they try and flog the last bits of profit that they can out of it. Okay, sorted. So, next stop is the blacksmith, who I'm going to need for various things, most notably parts. And, because also he's got a job for me. And I forgot to sell the certificate to the bartender, didn't I? Oh, well, details. What am I staying at? I don't know, but it's staring back. I think I'm the keeper of the local graveyard. And... blacksmith Creswold. Handy. Have one letter. A letter, of course. 1 minute away, he can't be bothered to come himself. He's a bartender. It's his job to hand out quests. And also take money for beer. Oh, seems it's a new habit. Slimes again. Okay, maybe he can help. Take one rusty sword, but repair it with a whetstone on the grinder. 2 energy potions and a broken sword. And a whetstone. Okay. Well, let's go fix some slimes. Well, fix the sword first, then fix the slimes. Terminally. Craft that, work away at it. Again, consuming energy. Aha! I have a rusty sword and a whetstone. Now I suppose I need to go find and kill some slimes. Hello, slimes. Yank. Splat. Lost a little bit of health, but no biggie. Again, you'll notice that swinging the sword costs energy and no passive regen. So you have limited ammo on your sword swings, unless you're willing to start chugging food or energy potions. However, I have defeated the slimes. And I have some simple iron parts. Take the whetstone to sharpen your tools to be good as new. Where do I find metal ore? Where can I find some more? In swamp soil. There's a huge swamp to the west across the river. In other words, between me... right, before the bridge collapsed. So I can also take a look at the swamp that's just nearby to the graveyard as well. There might be something worth getting at. So swamp iron and iron ingots and the blueprint for the furnace. In the meantime, however... Well, there are various things I can buy and sell, but let's have a look at the tech. So I could get myself a saw, which will let me start crafting some wood up. That might be the way to go. Do I also have the option here for theology? Here we are. I need more for simple questions. Actually, I've got enough green research. I just need more red research. So for the moment, let's just grab a saw. In fact, I need a lot of red research because in order to start making my own nails and parts, I need an anvil and research that, and then iron, and then better tools. So for the moment, however, I'm going to have to keep buying from this yank blacksmith. Unfortunately, I can't access my recipes without talking to him, so... Well, let me rephrase that. Can't access my recipes without using the crafting station, so let's... I have no money anyway. This is kind of pointless. Let's head back and flog off the burial certificate. There's a hop, skip and jump back to the graveyard. See what I need to get the first few bits of infrastructure in, and then generally start getting myself self-sufficient. Right, Creswell told me how you helped him. Excellent. Oh, I didn't even need to trade the completely legitimately obtained meat from the I didn't need to trade the beer to obtain the meat, which is what I was entirely intending to say. So 1 silver and 50 copper. And some beer. Alright. Let's see. First things first, head back, get the source station built, and then start thinking about my next step. Also, chop down some wood while I'm here. Hacky tree. Hacky tree. The tree has been valiantly vanquished. And, oh, grab some wood. Let's go. It's a little bit wasteful leaving that there, but just have to deal with it. At least it means that I don't have to worry quite so much about dealing with the trees nearby. Anyhow, take a turn up here. Oh, no. Oh. What do you see? Where have I been? I was at the village. The place is surreal, but it feels so real. And everyone's occasionally just appearing out of nowhere. Yes, I know I am. There's a cellar in the cottage. Some provisions must be stored there. Excellent. So that gets me the basics of food crafting. Right, well, guess what? I have a beer. How can I get home? Yes, can you tell? Well, yes, actually, Jerry. Yes, you do look like that. Technically, yes is the best kind of yes. Aha. Okay. Well, drop this off. Use the last day's energy budget to clear some space around the house. Once we get to around about midnight, should be able to just rest again. Also pulled up some more research, so yay me. There we go. And yeah, why not get some stone as well? Okay, out of energy, just after midnight. Take a quick nap. Save the game, replenish the energy and the health as well. You'll notice energy regen is very rapid during the night, but slows down as things start to brighten. When you hit day cycle, it does actually start cutting back quite significantly. Anyhow, let's check the cellar. Oh, what's that sound indeed? A mysterious figure that is clearly up to no good. He'll get through eventually. Wonder where he's going. Looks like I can get through if I can clear this rubble, or I need to find another entranceway. But I possibly don't want to do that while our mysterious and presumably better armed and armoured friend is around. So let's start demolishing some of this. Oh, parts and red research. Excellent. Let's keep this going. Just clean up the cellar. It'll be useful storage later on. Even picking up a few bits and pieces of things like nails, iron parts. Excellent. Need all of this. As you noticed, right now my only source of iron parts and nails is the blacksmith, who charges. So if I can get some for free, it's all good. And extra research is handy as well. Oh, there we go. Last but not least, and picked up some flour into the bargain. Excellent. That's almost cleaned out the cellar. Just this one last one, and I'm out of energy again. Well, I could just chug an energy potion. There we go. Finish this. Right, sorted. So plenty of tech research this time. Let's see what I can grab. Stone processing, stone cutter would be useful. Do I want the ability to make gravestones? I'm thinking I do, so let's grab that. And I suspect I am also going to need the stone cutter option. So check what I need to build on the blueprint desk. Okay, right, so I can build a sawhorse, that's nice and easy. And the rest of it needs various high-end resources. Well, high-end by my standards at least. Let's just get the sawhorse in. Sorted. Okay, so that now allows me to make wood billets, fixtures, and if I don't mind burning some nails, I can build a wooden gravestone as well. Progress is being made, and this is a place for stones. Likewise, this is storage for wood. Right, I suppose I'd better go talk to Jerry. Yeah, seems like the way to go. If I can get a stone cutter in as well, that should hopefully allow me to start making gravestones and generally brighten the place up a bit. However, Jerry, I have your beer. It's right here. There you go. Something stronger? Okay, stop running around bragging that I'm from another world. Yes, I'm assuming that it involved the Inquisition. Just stop. Maybe I should be more careful. So, how can I get home? Use the portal on Witch Hill, which is currently sealed off by order of the Holy Inquisition. Do I need to turn it on? Ah, right. Okay, let's get into the library. The church has a library in its cellar. Or maybe the young astrologer knows. Okay. The wine was the best. He was a big fan of the lighthouse keeper. Yeah, so every moon day they would go to the library. How can they? The lighthouse, well, obviously through the church, and the wine cellar should be connected to the church cellar, and even the morgue's connected to this whole network of tunnels. Okay, so he wants some wine this time for more rep. Okay, meanwhile, what else can I do in here? Repair that. So if I get some flitches and some parts again, I can fix that and start upgrading the mortuary. And I can throw out corpses, presumably up to the surface if I need to. Okay, first things first, however, we'll finish upgrading, well, repairing the graveyard for a moment. And then, well, it'll be time to head back to bed and regenerate the energy bar. There we are. And also fix this cross. Oh, that needs 2 repair kits for some reason. That's a bit awkward. This one cross needs 2 as well. Ah, right. So one of those easy to fix, but a little awkward to deal with. Okay. Well, let's patch you up. Also need to clear out the rest of the weeds. And fix that gravestone. 3, 2, 1. Not enough energy. Right. Time to head home. Sleep away the rest of the night. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, farewell.